From deep in the heart of Texas, it's On Second Thought, powered by Hook'em.com. Hosted since 2016 by your favorite sports columnists, Cedric Golden of the Austin American-Statesman and Kirk Bohls of the Houston Chronicle. Let's do it, fellas.
This is On Second Thought, and I'm Cedric Golden, joined by the Duck, Kirk Bohls. Duck, Vic Schaefer's Texas Longhorn women are 17-0, stalking a second national championship, 2-0 in SEC play. They play the Auburn Tigers, 7 o'clock p.m. tonight on SEC Plus, and we are pleased to be joined by the illustrious head coach of the number 2 ranked team in the country, Vic Schaefer. Vic, how are you today?
Hey, good morning, guys. Appreciate you having me on today. Excited to be here. Doing good.
Hey, before we get started about this great start you guys are off to, I just want to send our thoughts and prayers to Longhorn legend Jordan Shipley. Suffered severe burns in a ranching accident, at near his ranch in Burnett. He's in critical but stable condition. True Longhorn legend, friend of the podcast, all around good guy. Prayers up to Jordan, his family, Jackson, Coach Shipley, and company. Vic, the Horns are rolling. Have you ever had a team start out at 17-0?
I have. Yeah, my 30-0 team at Mississippi State was 17-0, and that was a really special group. And so, yeah, I've been down this road a time or two, but obviously it doesn't happen a lot. And, it takes, especially with the schedule we've had, it takes a lot to be here today.
Well, I don't have to tell you that it's been done before here at 512 on campus, and Jody Conrad's crew did it in '86, and I don't know if you're how old you are, but if you remember that team, and is it too early to start making comparisons with this team?
Yeah, I think we're a long way from making comparisons. I see my team every day, y'all, and I just see so much room for growth and maturity, and yet you're that far also, and so I see both sides. I've seen us really do some really special things already this year, but then I've seen us, play down to our competition. No disrespect to who we played on that particular day, or just not have the focus and the leadership that's required each and every day. So, those are the things that a coach, if you're worth your salt, you don't get caught up and get too high. You don't get caught up, get too low. But the lows worry me. The things that I feel like we should be better at, could be better at, ought to be better at, and we're not. Those are the things that keep me up at night. So, we played really well for 3 quarters on Sunday, and then in the fourth quarter, just really were miserable. And we had some really uncharacteristic things happen, but they happened. And again, that's what keeps me up.
But sometimes you need a little bit of adversity. I know it keeps you up at night, but
Yeah.
keeps the blood pumping a little bit too, knowing that you can coach them up when you're winning by an average of 38 points a game. So, is that kind of a good thing to let them know that it's not going
I tell them all the time, Cedric, I tell them I don't need to lose to get my attention, and that's what I guess I'm conveying here. I don't need to lose to get my attention. I don't need to have a fourth quarter where we get outscored 24-12. We turn the ball over. We don't execute offensively. I don't need that to get my attention. I'm watching it. I see it. So that's what I'm constantly conveying to them. Every year, it seems like I hand out this poem, and I usually hand it out after a loss, and it's titled, "It's Only One Possession," and it starts out with, something to the effect of, I know I didn't block out. Why are you so upset, coach? It's the first 5 minutes of the game, something like that. And so, for me, I don't want to have to hand that poem out because we came in here and we lost by one possession and, we smoked 3 layups, or I called your number and you can't make a 2-footer, or we don't block out and we give up a second chance point on a free throw block out, which has been an issue for us. So I can go on with things that we need work on, help on, focus on. And we've been able to get away with it up until now. But in this league, I mean, I'm sitting here watching Auburn, y'all, and that's the fastest team we've seen all year by far. They come on an onslaught on the break. They've got size, they're athletic, they're quick. They've won 11 games for a reason. I said this the other night, Ole Miss, I voted them for, top 4 in the league for a reason, man. They got a hell of a team. They're going to win a lot of games. And yet for 3 quarters, we played really good. But man, that fourth quarter, that's what keeps me up at night.
And in this league, you better play 4 quarters, as you know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You better play all 40 minutes. And it's these little things that I'm talking about. It's the only one possession, that you try to coach these kids every possession to really be focused. Doesn't matter what end it is. And, we've got a lot of, I feel like a plumber some days, y'all. I get one leak fixed and I got another one. I get that one fixed, I got another one. And, but that's coaching, it's what we do. And so, we'll keep working.
Vic, plumbers make more than you, and
they should. That's funny. Yeah, they should.
Oh my God, man! I love what I'm seeing from your sophomore guard Jordan Lee. I just Kirk, remember we were at the Final Four last year, and that kid was playing fearlessly.
Yeah.
And what did I say to you? I go, she's going to be the third musketeer next year.
Yeah. She had 16 against South Carolina, I remember.
Exactly. She was great in that game. And, and the reason I bring her up is Madison Booker got in foul trouble, and we don't need to go back. We were right there on that.
Sure.
That one call that was, I know you still think about that, I'm sure. But on a night when Madison might not be playing like the best guard in the country, you've got another player, at least one, experienced. And how did that experience Final Four help Jordan Lee do what she's doing now, averaging 15.5 points a game?
Yeah, I think it's a lot like Booker and Rory 2 years ago before Rory got hurt. They were playing off each other so well, creating for each other. And then now Jordan, she's the benefit of having those two to play off of, and then she creates for those two as well. And so, Cedric, a lot of people have one really good defender on the perimeter. Some have 2, not many have 3, if any, And so what happens is you go to a scout, you go, okay, well, Booker, we got to pay attention to Booker. And then, well, you better not lose Rory. She's pretty good. She's a veteran, savvy, so we better get somebody on her. Well, then that leaves, Jordan over there, and Jordan has really improved. I'm so proud of her improvement and how we've been able to develop her. And again, we try to put her in positions where she can do some things. And again, people can't, you take your eye off of her, she's going to make you pay. I think the development of her 3-point game has really added to her game. And so she's worked hard on her mid-range, coming off screens and the plays that we run that way. She's worked really hard in her attack on dribble drive, finishing with she had a great finish with contact at an and one the other night. So I'm really proud of her development. Again, her confidence along with Aaliyah Crump, those two kids are both really young, but they are super confident. Like their presence on the floor exudes confidence, and it's unusual. Crump's confidence on the floor as a freshman. I just am really impressed with that. And I think that's why she played so well early on. And Jordan's the same way. Very confident kid. And, you know, you talk about meticulous, all A's, you know, here to get a degree so she can be a doctor. I want her to be a doggone thoracic surgeon, but she's got she wants her field of expertise maybe to be a skin doctor of some type. And so, you know, I might need her for both. Much as I'm out in the sun fishing, I might need her for the skin doctor, and as much as for my thoracic cardiovascular health by the time she gets done with school. But, you know, just again, really proud of her development, but the kid's a really confident kid.
Yeah, her scoring's only gone up 150%. So
yeah.
And like you said, she shoots at three, such a quick release, and shoots it with such confidence.
And again, I think that's a testament to being in the gym with, you know, before practice. All of our kids are always here early for the most part, and they spend time on their craft. And, you know, we have a saying over here, the game's really fair. You'll get out of it what you put into it. And the minute you disrespect the game will get you. And so humble and hungry. I sent them a text this morning. We have got to stay humble and hungry. And, you know, as long as we can keep that attitude, which, you know, I read your article this morning, Cedric, and it's hard to keep kids humble and hungry right now with all the distractions and all the stuff that goes now with being a college athlete. It is just, it's almost impossible. I mean, it just is. But again, that's why I'm constant. I haven't changed as a coach. People ask me that all the time. I'm still the same way. I'll pull up today's practice from last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago on January 7th. We're going to do the same thing that we did then. The only thing different is when it comes to preparing defensively for the team that we're going to play against, or offensively in the package that we'll have, that's the only thing that changes. The fundamental part of practice, I am a creature of habit.
Well, you mentioned Rory, and gosh, she looks like a different player. She's playing so freely. You know, she doesn't have that bulky brace on anymore, and she's shooting better. And, you know, she was on that 62 assists, 3 turnover.
Yeah.
Just a torrid pace. She had 5 uncharacteristically against Mississippi State, but she's gotten better too, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think so. And again, I think she's got really good people around her. She's got good players around her, people that can finish. But you're right. She's back to her old self for the most part. Again, a very uncharacteristic fourth quarter the other night. And the kid is so much like her head coach. It's not even funny. She wears every mistake she makes. She wears it on her shoulders. And, you know, just like I'm living and dying with everything we do out there, every play, good, bad, and indifferent. And so that's the piece that, you know, we constantly are in communication about. Hey, sometimes you kind of gotta, you know, it doesn't matter if the coach is still ripping and roaring over there about something that you might not have done right. You got to get to the next page. You know, you got to get to the next play. And so again, when you care like she does, like I do, you know, it sometimes can get you a little bit. And the other night, I think it bothered her a little bit, some of the things that happened. And then the next thing you know, it just kind of, you know, it's like a tidal wave. It just keeps coming and you can't get out of the way.
You know, and they say 2 years after you blow your knee out,
every time
is when you come back to yourself. Yeah. And yeah, she looks like freshman Rory Harmon to me.
Yeah,
Got that
no question.
Quickness back. I was watching after one press conference. They had her with a turnover, and she went over. You got to change that.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I own my mistakes, but don't be giving me a mistake I didn't make.
That's right. You want that one turnover.
I want that turnover. But to have that extension on the court and to have where are you depth-wise? I know Aaliyah is coming on 4 games, all double-digit scoring, I believe, in the 4 games. Where's Bree Preston? How close is she back to being 100%? Because that's that's always a problem with Rory. Those minutes get up there, and Bree was such a blessing in that department last season.
Yeah, I need to. Bree and I visited yesterday briefly, and Bree's going to have to not only help me with Rory a little bit, but she's going to have to move over there and help me with Madison and Jordan a little bit too. We've been trying to play Ashton a little bit at 3 and 4. The thing that separates Ashton is she just plays so hard. She doesn't always do the right thing, but the kid plays really hard. She rebounds it at a high level. She's tough. And so, Crump's probably, I hope she's only a week and a half away. We'll see. We were 6 weeks Monday, and excuse me. We were 6 weeks Monday, and she's just, the bone is healed. Mm-hmm. She's still got a little bit of swelling in and around the bone, but the bone itself is healed. So we're waiting for kind of that edema, as they call it, to go down. And then once that happens, she'll be pain-free and she'll be ready to go again. But Bree, I need Bree to get back. I don't know that she's 100% back. She might be 85, which is pretty good. But you've heard me say this before. Rory's fast. Bree is electric. Mm-hmm. Like, that kid is, without a doubt, the quickest and most explosive point guard I've probably ever had. And just getting her to, her and I, we getting her to understand, as the point guard, your main job is not only to run the team, but you got to get back on defense. That's all you're not going to rebound, just get back. And she has a hard time remembering that sometimes. And I can't have that happen. It happened twice the other night against Ole Miss, and they got layups. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what are we doing? And so, just, again, my fault. I got to coach her better, teach her better, right? She obviously, is having a hard time remembering. So, but other than that, again, great kid, works hard and wants to be great. And she's going to get the keys to the car next year. So, she's got to continue to work, get better. But right now I need her to learn a couple different positions, because I'm going to have to play them all together.
Mm-hmm. And Sidbury, are you expecting her to come back anytime soon?
Well, we're going to give her maybe one more week.
Okay.
I mean, this has been the most frustrating of all the injuries. We just can't seem to get her any relief. And it's very frustrating for me. It's frustrating for her. This is a kid that's it's her senior year.
Right.
And all indications from every test is, well, she just can play through it, but it's getting better. It ain't getting better.
Yeah. It's a leg injury, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
well, you got Auburn coming up, like you said, and then you got
easy games after Auburn. I mean,
really easy ones.
Really easy road after Auburn. It's going to be really easy for you, Vic. Man, what a soft schedule. LSU, North Carolina.
It's a miserable way to live, y'all. That's all I can tell you.
Should have been a plumber. You should have been a plumber.
Or a game warden, something. I don't know.
Something, yeah. There's still time. So,
no, there's not.
Well, how would you say the league is? Yeah, Cedric alluding to LSU and South Carolina coming up as road trips. And Mississippi State's darn good, as you know. I mean, that McMahon and Lattimore, as you know, well, she was playing well too. But how's the league different than last year?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Yeah, they're, again, I thought she recruited that entire team before I ever finished playing last year, out of the portal. And so they're really good. Tennessee, Vanderbilt, which we both have on the road, at South Carolina on the road, at LSU on the road. Alabama's always well coached on the road. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. Last year when I had South Carolina twice, I at least had LSU at home. This year I got LSU twice and I got South Carolina on the road. And then I got at Tennessee, at Vanderbilt, at Alabama.
They're trying to sell tickets.
On.
They're trying to sell tickets.
And my problem with that, y'all, is that this is how it's going to be every other year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just don't agree with it. I know we got to play everybody. I don't have a problem playing everybody, but to me, that's a really unbalanced, unfair schedule that no one else in our league has. And so I realize we're the new kids on the block, but throw us this pitch. I don't know, y'all. It just, last year we opened on the road at Oklahoma. We're both new to the league. Why open on the road at Oklahoma? We're new to the SEC. Let's play somebody in the SEC we hadn't played before. Tell me the reasoning behind that. Then we get the schedule that we got a year ago. And then now this year we get what we've got now. I don't know, y'all. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but at the end of the day, whoever we got, we'll get ready for them and we'll go play them.
Well, you guys are
you probably have to go through them in the tournament too. Those we're talking about teams that are probably going to be in the Final Four with you. I mean, it could be
100%.
let's see, not Final Four this year.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean,
UConn.
Yeah, y'all know. Last year we were 35-4, and we went 1-3 against South Carolina, and lost in overtime at Notre Dame. But it just, you think about it. We went 15-1 in the league last year in this league. Think about how hard that is to do. It is so hard to do. And this year the league is every bit as good as last year, probably better. I mean, when you really think about it, it's probably way better. And so, I think the big thing right now is we've just got to get better. Practice yesterday wasn't great. I texted them this morning and go, hey, we got to have better practice today. We've got so much room for growth, so much room for improvement. And the only way that's going to happen is if you come in the gym, we got to go to work. So I've got some good film clip for them this morning. We'll watch it and then we'll get on the floor and hopefully have a good day at practice.
Maybe you'll get better in the coin toss department too.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. I got that coin over here. It's funny. It's got a gamecock on both sides.
How the hell did that happen?
I'm just kidding, but again, it's kind of how it all fell last year, right? It's just how it all fell. So
did somebody send you that coin?
We're used to it around here. I'm used to it.
Did somebody send you that coin? Or
yeah, the SEC office did. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have a sense of humor.
First world problems on the Lakers. Vic Schaefer, the most worried 17-0 coach in America, is speaking with us today.
Yeah,
always.
But that's what makes you Vic Schaefer. It's enough. It's never enough.
No, I mean, I'm always coaching against the ghost, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about what might happen, could happen. I'm always there, never comfortable. In fact, I live an uncomfortable life. Like I said, it's a miserable way to live. I mean, I think back to, Coach Conrad and I, we've had so many good visits over the course of my time here. And, we shared a moment. This is a very difficult place to coach. And, but that's what you sign up for, when you come here. And the expectations are the expectations. And again, I'd have these same expectations, y'all, if I was still at Mississippi State. I mean, that's just who I am.
Yep.
But, it's just, there used to be a sign over in the drum in Beard's old office that says nobody comes to Texas and retires. And it's so true. And I think he got it from DeLoss. And it's just so true. I mean, it's just not a place that, you can probably count on one hand, and Coach Conrad's one of them. And the swimming and diving swimming coach is the other one. I mean,
Air Royal.
Yeah, DK. But think about him, even his last year, Cedric, wasn't that great.
No,
I think they were 5-1.
That's right.
Him and Broyles at Arkansas both went out, I think 5-1, and so that's my biggest fear in coaching is I don't want to flame out. I see it all the time. I see it in football coaches. I see it in every walks of life. And I don't want to flame out. That's just not how I want to be. It's not for myself. I don't really care what other people think. I do, but at the end of the day, I got to live with myself, right? I just don't want that to be me. And so you want to know what fuels me? That fuels me. Fear of failure.
Well, squeeze in a fishing trip before April. That'll help you.
Yeah, every now and then, if you can get away for a day, it sure does help. But my conscience won't let me do that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks, Vic. We appreciate you having.
Hey, you guys are the best, man. Really appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for your time and your coverage of my team and our program.
We've enjoyed.
Praise the Lord and hook 'em horns. Thank you.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a wrap. You've just experienced On Second Thought, powered by Hook'em.com. Want more? Join Sed and Kirk every Thursday for a fun sports ride from the ATX. Find archived episodes anytime on YouTube, Apple, Google Play, and Yahoo.